That's Darius's own episode, and he starts the episode with him at that store trying to get some stuff. Then he gets the Southern Maid and You Mad, Southern Confederacy, White Confederacy, all that. But that, do you remember how your first thoughts when you first seen the episode, like for the very first time, not rewatching it? Do you
So the
remember like,
very first time I watched it, so like at this time during season two, I was watching pretty much live-ish, like probably like the next
yeah,
day.
yep, yep,
So I got to see this so blind. Like I didn't even know, just didn't know what the heck. And
yeah,
I didn't know who the heck Teddy Perkins was. I
yeah.
was like, who's playing that? And at the end, I specifically waited at the end of the credits. I was like, I need to know who plays Teddy Perkins. And says himself.
Yeah,
And
but
I
we don't.
was like,
You know who
what?
that? You know who's playing Teddy Perkins, right?
I know who's playing Teddy. Don't say it.
Okay.
Don't say
Yeah.
it. We're staying in that world. Teddy Perkins is real.
But
Uh,
facts, and it took me a minute to realize that it was him, but I was oh you could see it in the face still, cause
yeah,
yeah,
literally, it's like head shape, like literally. Uh, but yeah, and it's hilarious though. Like that's like white chicks level
yeah.
face prosthetic everything.
Because let me tell you about I had a homie, one of my homies' brothers who came over. We was puffing on some good stuff, and yeah, this is like because he had seen like viral clips of the episode, and he just never knew where it came from. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna put you on. I'm finna put you on the show. This was the first episode he sent to put him on the show. That was the first episode he sent, and bro, he was over here. He was like, I was like, yeah, this shit is gas.
This episode also, and I think after this, I probably won't bring up Twin Peaks again.
Oh yeah, but hey, I'm pretty sure
It
Twin
is
Peaks has something
related.
similar.
Is pretty like just the way this literally because up even up until this point like this episode is the like I said the this is the perspective shift episode like this really is like a turning point episode of the direction the entire show goes through very
Yeah,
similar to the BAN episode last season
yeah.
like once they see how this episode does, it very much influences what they do later. They
Yeah,
sort of lean even more into that. And I think this is like so where the BAN was like very comedic
yeah.
weird. This is like a little more dramatic
Yeah, we're
weird.
going off a little bit off the deep rails. I wonder like how they pitched. Well, I'm pretty sure they was renewed, but I just wish I could be like a fly on the wall with the meetings when they was pitching this to the FX executives, and when I don't wonder if they showed them. I'm pretty sure they didn't, because they're like when they first. I don't know if executives see like the finished product of each season before they let it go on the airways or not. So I don't know, but I was like, if they seen this, I was like. But hey, it's just shout out to the creative directive and how they just let the show go off the deep end because I love it. Because I
Uh,
get tired of the same old TV show.
there is one thing I do know is so for one Teddy Perkins episode I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes longer than
Yeah.
usual.
Oh yeah, it's a
Than
35
usual.
minutes. The other ones be like 23, 26. Yeah, this is 35 minutes.
And then also when it first ran, it ran without any commercials
Yeah,
on
yeah,
TV. And that was the
yeah.
biggest flex Don Glover had at that time. He was like, I want
Yeah,
this to
we
run
can't
with
do
no
no ads.
commercials.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, because it was okay. Because Darius wanted this crazy piano. He doesn't even play the piano. And I was like, okay, he just is piano. So we just finna see what the life of Darius and what, all the adventures he gets into. And then he pulls up to the house. Like when he first got to the house and the he got let in, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's okay." Then when he knocked on the door just automatically opened. I didn't think much of it. I was like, someone knew he was coming. But when Teddy Perkins first pans into the camera, like if you notice, he was standing in the back of the wall. Like when he first walked in, he seen Darius walk in, but Darius didn't know he was there. And then he just came into the camera shot. And yeah, I do this is like one of the first episodes that made me want to go like to the behind the scenes of Hero Morai and like the shots. He was just talking more about the shots. I wish
Yeah,
it was more about like the characters they was trying to, because like as soon as I seen Teddy Perkins, I was like, okay, this is a homage to Michael Jackson.
obviously Michael Jackson. Are you talking about meeting Stevie Wonder? Uh,
Yeah, yep,
uh, is and oh, and also I think a little bit of James Brown, like just the way he
Yeah.
looks very James Brown. Or
And I think
yeah,
it's
James
like
Brown.
to highlight certain, like, you know how the difference between the two artists, you know, they all had some kind of, well, Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, some kind of different extenuating circumstance, and they were still very famous. Stevie Wonder being blind, Michael Jackson
Mhm.
having the skin, which really messed up his whole
And the
of
abusive
his career.
father that
Yeah.
and that whole aspect of like
Yep.
just being like trained to be this
Yeah, be
musician.
famous. Is yeah, Joe Jackson and the famous stories of yeah, Joe Jackson and all the beating his kids and all that pretty much, and pretty much just like instilling him the hard work ethic and just because he just knew he wanted to have his kids make it out, but he did it in a way like a lot of old school parents do, a lot of tough love and that aspect, and pressure builds diamonds. And yeah, because some of the stories I've been hearing about Joe Jackson, man, I was like, oh Lord,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna feel
hear
even
he's a
that.
horrible monster
Yeah,
person.
very. I'm like, damn, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. But
Yeah.
not every only it was only really him and Janet had the mainstream individual success, which I really be forgetting. Janet Jackson was because she wasn't part of the Jackson Five. She was just a whole
Yeah,
like
she's just a like a new one, like a new one.
yeah. She was just. I'm pretty sure cause it was her being a girl that maybe that's why she didn't get into the group because it was a Jackson Five boy group band and
Mhm.
yeah.
And then
But
her career was basically ruined from the Super Bowl.
oh yeah, but she still has
She did do more stuff after, but
yeah.
like it hit. It was a big hit, I
Yeah,
think.
but she has as a music career, she had pretty decent music career. Not the best, but yeah, because back to the episode, you know,
So
what you finna
one
say?
more thing. Every time Darius calls the main group, like he first comparison to Sammy Sosa, and I love
Yeah,
like they don't show Sammy Sosa in the episode.
yeah. You just have to know what happened with Sammy Sosa and the skin
I bet
bleach.
you every person on the who watches the episode looks up Sammy Sosa and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh my God."
Yep. And it was so funny because that's when I was in the drive-through line and it was Gambino. Aaron was in the back seat and he was the one who looked it up and it was like, yeah, because they didn't know what Darius was talking about and they were trying to get Darius to leave, but Darius is following his own moral code, but he has to just see it through. He's just trying to get this piano,
Yeah,
and
and
he's
it's also it's literally like a horror movie. It's like Get Out. It's basically like
yeah,
Get Out
yeah.
again.
And Darius was a dude who was telling what's the name to get out. He was like running and he was like, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh and yeah, so and also the whole time Teddy keeps talking about his brother and you
yeah,
don't really know if the brother is real or not for the
yeah.
longest time.
Mm-hmm. And
Uh
because
oh
it's
and
like,
then
boy, wait, what are you gonna say?
wait, how much longer we got? 5 minutes. All right, you go ahead. What?
No, I was just gonna say, because the brother, he references him a lot because he's like, yeah, he has my brother has some kind. He's Teddy said himself, my brother has some kind of innocence, so we got to live in the dark, pretty much. And then when I actually, because he was just Darius was trying to at this point, Darius was getting kind of freaked out because he was just trying to get the piano and go.
And he kept coming up reasons for why he couldn't
Yeah,
get the piano out.
yeah, he's just like, yeah, I just want you to. I think it was really just him being lonely and him not having company and
I
all
think
that.
so that's another thing. I don't know if it's clear that Teddy's someone was gonna die. Teddy wanted somebody to die in this
Yeah.
day.
I didn't pick up on that until after the fact when I thought I was getting weird vibes, but I just wasn't thinking like Teddy was trying to kill somebody type vibes.
But I don't want what I'm confused about is like at what part because the brother decides to basically save Darius but then kill himself. So he want to try
Yeah,
and save himself. It's
no.
just it's all very complex and very
At
strange.
first I was like, at first I thought really that when he first got into the basement after he got the piano, that it was really just him in the basement. It was just the same person still.
Yeah,
I was
just
like,
yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah, you basically do not confirm that it is two different people until after
until
he's already like strapped in and stuck, and then you see him roll out. Oh
yes,
my God.
and then when the way Teddy Perkins' face lights up when he sees him come out the elevator, I'm just like, oh my God, bro, this is that's when I was like, that really confirmed. That's when I knew that's when I knew who was playing Teddy Perkins because I could just see it in his face. I was like, bro, you are on some creative genius shit right here, bro. Because it was also like because he showed him the whole museum. He's like the whole house he was making into a historical landmark. He showed him the little gift shop, and then he went to show him the dad's part of the museum where he was idling his dad. And Darius was like, yeah, you just shouldn't really idle somebody who was very abusive towards you. It was like
Hmm.
the tough love, and that pretty much set my and he was like, yeah, just and then he was like, I just want to get the piano and go, and that kind of made Teddy Perkins sad. And then we're like the best part of the episode was when he was like when Darius was trying to be understanding, and he was like, yeah, I can't even imagine begin to imagine. And then Mike and then Teddy Perkins just snapped. He's like, no, you don't. It was so funny. It was so funny because he always Darius was like, contract I need to sign for tax purposes. He's like, okay, okay. He gives him the contract, and then he just like after he says, he just like slams the pen at him. It's like the way the camera shot when Teddy Perkins leaving, I feel like it was just so close for Gambino to, oh damn, so close for the dude to break character. Like he was finna start laughing. I really feel like that he was finna start laughing because he just like break character from the show, but he didn't, and it was just like, yeah, this is some TV gold right here.
Man, and also basically at the end of the day, Darius gets robbed of the
Yeah,
piano
yeah,
because
he
they have to
doesn't get
take
the
it in for
piano.
evidence.
Yeah, he doesn't get and he was so sad too. And then they play the Stevie Wonder music, and I was just oh yeah, because then also before that happens, when he because he after he gets the piano, he's trying to go to the first floor, but then the elevator takes him all the way to the basement. He's just like, oh fuck, and then he just goes into the basement. I'm just like
Oh,
I'm not even going. I'm just like hitting the elevator. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna take the stairs or something. Nah, but he's like, yeah, I have a go get the gun in the basement. And then that's when he realizes Teddy Perkins' car is blocking him because he's trying to just get the piano into the U-Haul, but then he realizes so that's why he has to come back in. So I was like, damn. Yep. And then that's when it all happens. Cause he knows is this kind of predicament like somebody's gonna die. So he gets that little stick or whatever from the fire as some kind of weapon, and then he just gets distracted by hearing the video where the room where supposedly Michael Jackson had the rehearsal of him doing piano and stuff, and it was just all like Michael Jackson just watching old videos of him playing the piano. Well, the person Teddy Perkins watching a younger version of him play the piano, and he was like, and there's like, where's the bathroom at?
yeah.
Just
Gotta
the
take
whole yeah, that was just a crazy way to end the episode. Like
it.
I don't remember my exact reaction. I do actually probably, but I was just like, this is really happening. This is crazy, and yeah,
Yeah. Well, god dang it, that's Teddy Perkins. We gotta take another break. We
we
got
got less
less
than a
than a
minute.
minute.
Yeah, and just the whole yeah. Just and then it was like the way because I was like, oh, he shot him, then he finna set Darius free, but nope. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Oh,
He was like, I'm gonna end myself in this misery. And yeah. Teddy Perkins, goddamn Gambino, you are a freaking creative genius.
and guess what the next episode is?
Yeah. Champagne Poppy.
The Drake episode.
It just makes it like, bro. Oh man, Champagne Poppy has some more hidden gems in that too. Oh man, yeah.
All right, all
10
right.
minute break. Catch y'all in the next few minutes.